There was an amazing moment in one of the Xenas where we were trying to shoot this sort of riot and this whole village was being burnt to death, but we had sort of 8 extras. Long lens, so we're all just sort of stacked up and it's deep and there's smoke and people running backwards and forwards. And the reality of it, we're a hot sunny day in Henderson and there's 8 people running back, run there, run back, run back, going, ah! And there's some dude just at a shop with smoke and stuff. As an environment, it was all pretty silly, and the extras started to sort of lose it and be a bit slack. And I remember Lucy, she turned round to them and she didn't reprimand anyone. She knew that it was all sort of coming apart a bit and they weren't getting it. And she said, and she just sort of barked everyone up and said, yeah, come on, this is going to be amazing. And she went down and she spoke to people, and she didn't make a huge effort, but she drew them in. And the next take, where everyone was just rocking into it and amazing, and it was in that I went, yeah, she was a star. She was protecting her product, but she was also being incredibly inclusive and generous. And those people at lunch, they sat with us and sat, the actors, and they were just, panel beaters from Henderson who were earning $300 in a free lunch. But we're all part of the same gang then, and she's, and she did that work to draw everybody together on the work, and it was a cool thing to see. When I was there, I was just saying to myself, take this in, because chances of you ever being anywhere near anything like this again, this is it. This is, be lovely if it does happen again, but man, this is the shit. It was just incredible. The Hercules and Xena, they would make castles, but if you walked up close, you could see that they were polystyrene. Everything was done perfectly, down to the last, just everything, I went into costume fitting, came in on set, and they went, oh, yeah, we'll give them a cape. They gave me a cape, and they were there, and Nyla Dixon's like, oh, we'll line the inside of that with velvet. And I went, oh, shit, okay, really? And I came in the next day, and they put on the costume, and I had this cape. And honestly, you take one step and it just filled up with air, like, and made that sound, and your spine goes up and you just, wow. And they gave me the sword, never drew it, there was nothing in the script. But if you did draw the sword, and it was like made for my character, the hilt was different to every other person's sword. If you draw it, it just made that and sort of made that noise, without even any post-production on it. Just amazing. Bogan's was a fantastic project. I just love it. We made it for $800. It was Peter Tate's idea. He'd been hitching down from Northland, and he got picked up by these Bogans. It's like, oh, you're an actor, oh yeah, that Lord of the Rings thing, I might go and have a go at that. He basically wrote the script around this idea. So he wrote this great script, and then we went, well, let's do it as a pilot, because we pitched it actually as a pilot for a TV series and wrote all these other sort of breakdowns. But we just sort of kept going, wouldn't it be great? And wouldn't it be amazing if Peter Jackson was in the end? And it just sort of kept on growing. And so we ended up with this fantastic cast, and it was just pure, it was so much fun. It was just hilarious. Grant, the Hood, had been working with him on something. He'd been helping him out on, I think, on Combination or something like that. As he does, he just helps people out. And so we shot it all, and we wrote 2 endings, the Peter Jackson ending and the other one, and Grant did a whole edit, and then left a bit that said, Peter Jackson goes here. And he went to Wellington, was having to go to Wellington, and he phoned up Peter and said, actually, I've got this weird thing, and showed him the video, and he said, Peter said, yeah, sure, have you got your camera? And they just quite literally rocked out of the offices at Miramar, went down to the local dairy, and shot this little pickup shot, and we took it back and stuck it in our movie. And there he was, cameo in our movie. It was just hilarious.